The Dolphins are in a very interesting position with Jalen Ramsey. And they're in a position they don't want to be in because they don't want to trade him. They have no interest in trading him whatsoever because they are going to take a cap hit. And it looks terrible, just like Gabe Davis. You gave him an extension last year, and now you got to part ways with him. It's just a bad look, unfortunately, right? Nobody can argue that. But we all know what the problems are. Okay. The problem is Mike McDaniel. And the lesson that we've got to learn, okay, whether it's the Miami Dolphins, whether it's any NFL team, media, fans, all of us, okay, if you have a soft coach, you cannot bring in strong character players. Can he control Tyreek? Can anybody really control Tyreek? No, but he certainly can't. And he certainly doesn't have Tyreek's respect. I can tell you that for a fact. Does Jalen Ramsey respect him? No. And he's a strong willed character. And this is why they're going to have to move him because he'll be very Jimmy Butler esque during the season. And Spo is a tough dude. Spo knows how to handle all of this. He's been through Bumpgate. He's been through everything, dude. He knows how to handle, navigate himself, and always rise above it and always look like the better option than any of that stuff that's gone awry. Okay? You always look at Spo like he's usually, not perfect, but usually in the right. Not Mike McDaniel. And that's one of their problems too, is that you bring in strong-willed players. They're going to have an opinion about what you're doing. They're not going to sit there and say, oh, okay, coach, no, we'll do it. Yes, sir. Yes, coach. If they don't think it's going to work, they're going to tell you it's not going to work. And then when it doesn't work, then they're going to actually bring it out again and make it even worse for you. Lesson, guys like Jalen Ramsey, if you're going to bring in a Tyreek Hill, if you're going to bring in strong-willed character players or questionable characters like Tyreek, because Jalen is not a bad dude. He doesn't do stupid things off the field like Tyreek does. Tyreek is an idiot in every way possible. Jalen Ramsey is not a bad dude off the field at all. But in the locker room, on the field, he could be a problem if he's not getting his way or if he thinks things aren't being done the right way. And that's what's going on here, unfortunately. And so when you have certain players, some of them aren't going to jive with this guy. And that's a lesson that we've got to learn, all of us. When they're hiring the next coach, we got to see what kind of character this guy has or woman. Can they handle tough character people? Where are they coming from? Did they handle tough character people where they were at? How did they handle those situations? Were they as good as Mike Tomlin and Eric Spoelstra at it? No? Oh, then you got the wrong guy. You need to find the right guy. This is another reason why Mike McDaniel is the wrong guy. He proves it all the time. He wasn't ready to be a head coach. I don't even think he was ever going to be built to be a head coach. We talked about this the other day. What did Savania say about Mike McDaniel when he met him? What's the characteristic he walked away with? Oh, he's a funny guy. That's what that coach is known for. Jokes. He's not really known for a disciplinarian or making you better or a perfectionist or, none of the stuff that you really want from your coach. No, he's funny. Well, Jalen Ramsey is not there for the jokes. And so this is one lesson, brutal lesson that we're learning now. You cannot have a weak-minded coach like Mike McDaniel. You can't have a soft coach like Mike McDaniel. A player's coach can exist, but he's got to be a disciplined player's coach. You get what you deserve, what you've earned. If you haven't earned it and you don't deserve it, you're not getting that extra day off. You're not getting that extra practice off. You're doing more. You're running more. You're preparing more. You're paying a bigger price. And again, does Julian Hill get disciplined for his constant mistakes? No. And everybody else sees that. So you can run the wrong route and nothing happens when you come to the sideline. Oh, it'll be all right. You run the wrong route for Shula. See what happens. Okay? You run the play that Spo told you. You run the play that Spo didn't draw up, and you see what happens. The lesson, you can't have a coach like Mike McDaniel with strong characters in the locker room. Overall, I don't think you could have a coach like Mike McDaniel be your head coach, period. But the personality itself is a detriment to your team growing. And that's proof in the pudding right there. And he constantly proves it. And the Jalen Ramsey situation is an exclamation point. Because finally, somebody came out and said what I've been telling you for months now, that people don't want to be there. They don't believe in him. Have I not been telling you that? And finally, who was the reporter that finally reported that? And then now you've got Jalen Ramsey. I forgot who was the reporter that reported that finally. Was it Tony?
Yeah, the one you had on the show, Paulino,
yeah, right. With Tony Pauline reported that, and finally, somebody else in the media, came up with it, and this is what's going on, unfortunately. Lesson learned. All these things we just have to learn, put it in our memory banks. And then as we grow as sports fans and we watch the next iteration of whatever team, we got to remember about the attitude and the character of that coach. Is it something that players respond to? And with Mike McDaniel, clearly it's not.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.